This is the Global Podcast Network, where executives and professionals connect, share, and inspire. Stay tuned for the conversations that drive success.
Welcome back, everyone. I'm sure you've heard this term before. You got to go with your gut. Go with your gut. And we loosely know what that means, just what you feel inside. Essentially, that is this powerful gift that we've all been given, our intuition. How do you know when your intuition, your gut, is telling you something? How do you know when to listen? How do you process all that? We're going to talk about that today. She's got some great insight. She's an amazing psychotherapist. I've learned a lot ever since we've gotten together with her, and I'm feeling that it's going to be the same situation today. Dr. Hadass Hare is back on the program. How are you doing today?
I'm pretty good, and we are really synchronized because I've been struggling with my intuition, and intuition talks to you in so many different ways. So sometimes it brings you messages. It talks to you in so many different ways. Your imagination, just sometimes you walk out of your house and something is coming at you literally, because your intuition is not just in your gut. Sometimes it's in your backyard, flying in your face. A bunny shows up and it's an animal that means something, or a leaf just falls into your hand and it's a different color, and you say, wait, it's not the right season for that. And what is this telling me?
Okay, so we're bridging a gap here from intuition, but also call it signs from the universe.
Yes.
Okay,
yes,
I love it.
because our intuition speaks. Um, in so many different ways. And so we say, but what is this? Does it mean I should go? Does it mean I should not go? Does it mean I should really try this? Does it mean I should hold back? Um, Am I at comfort? Should I be cautious? Should I try a new thing? And I really have been trying to, clean up my ears, clean up my spiritual ears.
So we have two things I feel at play here. Signs from the universe. So I'm going to put that over to the side for just a moment.
Yes.
And focus on the intuition, the feeling you get, how you know whether it's your intuition, how you interpret what you're feeling. What does it feel like for you?
Well, and we talked about this because we talked about that gut feeling. And where do we feel our gut? Sometimes we feel our gut all the way to our fingertips and to our toes and how we stand today. Sometimes we feel it in our literal gut, the comfort in our gut. And how do we know? I laugh about this a lot with my clients because our gut can feel icky because we ate badly.
Okay.
Isn't that true? Sometimes we ate too much sugar. So the next day we're hangover, not because we're not supposed to do this job anymore.
Well, I've heard the best thing to do is test your intuition, your gut feeling, with the little things at first. Talking about food. Okay. What should I have for dinner tonight? I'm going to listen. Should I have Italian? Should I have Chinese? Should I have Mexican? I'm thinking about it. Where am I going with that? What am I feeling? And start accepting that feeling. Start small so you can interpret what is really within, because the body, us, we have the answer.
Synchronize. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
synchronize with it because you will have a reaction. Your body will react. And one of the things that we don't like to do is to really, it's a funny thing, but the vehicle we travel the universe in is this vessel. I mean, we really are driving
Hmm.
around in this thing that has feet and hands, and we can touch things and we can like, taste and say, wow, this is salty. Do I like this? We can touch this. This has a texture. This is a little too hot for me.
Mhm. I never thought
So
of it that way. In some regards, this is the vehicle, this is the car. So when you sit in a newer car, you have technology, you have a screen, you got things going on, you can do this, you can do that. It's the same thing within our bodies. Part of that technology is our intuition. Um,
yes.
but are you flipping the switch? Right? Are you actually using that technology?
Are you utilizing everything? I mean, so often we have a car, it's a new car, there is so much we don't use. That is such a fantastic analogy because there is so much in it
Right.
that we're not using.
Maybe we don't know how. That's a possibility as well. And that's why we're talking about your intuition so that you can hear it and actually use it. For me, it is a lighter positive feeling. When it's the wrong choice, it's heavy. Um,
Or it could give you like a sour taste.
I have to think about that. I don't, that could be there and I've never realized it because I'm not
When
aware of it.
you feel heavy, how do you feel heavy?
Heaviness down in my stomach area when
So
when I'm thinking of a
you
choice.
are a real gut person, actual gut person. You
Yeah,
feel your gut in your gut.
I have to say yes. I really do.
This is great to know. This is, I will tell you, when people study mediumship,
Okay.
this is how you look at how do you get your messages.
Hmm.
You get your intuition literally in your gut. You get your comfort and also your knowledge about, is this for me? Is this not for me? Is this right? Is this a thing of comfort? You get it literally in your gut. This is so important for all of us to know. How do we get our messages?
I get it. Well, I get them two ways. It's the gut feeling, the true gut feeling, and also I get music downloads. I hear
Perfect. Perfect.
songs. There's messages in the lyrics. I'm aware of it. It's happened many times before, and that's just I'm an auditory person. I just it is what it is.
And also, the thing about music is that music dates stuff to when is the music from. It dates it to a time in your life.
Hmm. I'm thinking of songs and reasons, but I got you on that.
It brings the sensation to a particular time in your life. It connects it to a period of time in your life. Sometimes it connects it to a person you used to listen to this music with, or to a crowd, or to an activity. So it syncs it to a place and time.
I'm totally with you there. I may be the unicorn in this because I play music on the radio and have since I was a teenager, not even kidding. So I can tell you the years songs came out. But I also can tell you what I was doing when I heard them. Like I'll even talk
Which
to friends. Like, remember,
you can articulate that. Everyone has that, but they're not able to place it.
and it's just because that's what my passion is. But I could even take, I could be talking with some friends. Hey, remember the time we went on vacation? We were 22 and we were listening to Prince, and we were in that Mustang convertible driving down A1A in Fort Lauderdale, spring break on vacation. You guys remember that? And I get blank looks. Like
And so when you are trying to intuit something and a song comes, it tells you, it gives you that link.
yeah, yeah.
And so it tells you it's something related to that.
But it's everybody has their own thing. That's mine. I don't know. I'll share this one.
But everyone has that. You're able to, this for you is a language your intuition speaks.
Yes.
Other people may also be auditory in the way their intuition speaks, but they're not as able to articulate it.
There was a time 2 years ago, I'm driving here, and there was a situation, personal situation with a family member, and I'm thinking like, there's an answer. There's an answer for this. There is, I know there's an answer. What is it? And I come up to a stop sign 2 miles away, and the Beatles, Let It Be, dropped into my mind. I'm like, well, that's random. What is that? And the lyrics are, there will be an answer. Let it be. I walk through that door. 3 minutes later, the phone rings. I answer it. It was the answer. It was the answer. And if you look on the wall in that office, you see the lyrics to Let It Be by the Beatles.
Yeah.
Great song, but it's not like, oh, I love that song. No, it just came out of nowhere. But it was telling me you're getting the answer. And it was the answer. I got the phone call, like all in a span of not even more than 8 minutes. It was pretty crazy. Never forget.
But sometimes it's not just the lyrics themselves. Sometimes the answer is that period of time.
I agree.
Sometimes the answer is just look there.
I agree. It could be something that you haven't processed or you're trying to figure out with a parent, family member, whatever it is. But that time period from the song, what I'm seeing here, Hadass, is we need to look at all angles. You hear a song, maybe there was a lyric or something, maybe there was a name in a song, maybe you were thinking of it and it came on. Look at when did that song come out?
Look at what surrounds that. If you're
Yeah.
an auditory answer person, maybe that is telling you what you need to know.
Hmm.
And it is very helpful when you need an answer to pose the question to the universe.
Hmm.
Also, I will say, as a person, I mean, I call it being a therapist, but being a therapist is often being a guide. If the therapist is loose enough to be willing to be someone who is willing to look at the answers we get, because sometimes we get answers and we need a partner to interpret them.
This is
Because we
yeah.
may be, and I'm sure you often partner people in looking at the answers they get.
Oh, there's been times where I bounced it off of other people and it was a clue as to what an answer was that, whatever I was getting at that time. Do you remember, can you go back in your mind and think of those times where you ignored your intuition and you were wrong?
Absolutely. Absolutely. So much.
So much, right?
Or also sometimes when we get an answer, especially if it's a sensory answer, and I tend to be very visual, but sometimes we take an answer and we say, oh, I just want it to be this. So I will take it and I will make it this.
Give me an example.
Well, I sometimes, when I need to, I do this often. Someone passes away. I feel like they always want to give me a gift.
Hmm.
So I, as I said, I get something drops from the sky. Um, and I literally had that happen as a small child. I have an aquamarine that fell from the sky.
You have what?
And an aquamarine. I have an aquamarine that fell from the sky when I was 4 years old. And I swear it came from my grandmother.
What are you referring to
It's a gem that I had fall from the sky.
that's what I thought you were referring to, but I
I
just
am
want to know.
serious. It did happen. I am not lying. I was a child. It fell from the sky. I have it. I don't have it in my hand right now, but I do have it. So I've had things like that happen. So sometimes I force it a little bit where I go to a gem show or I go to, because if someone dies in my life, I have a habit, they need to give me a gift. So they will remain in my life. Um,
Hmm. Wow.
Sometimes I find it in nature. I go for a walk in the woods. I find something. I know it's usually something exquisite. It can be a fossil. It can be nowadays, because we can only have so many, because I really think visually. So thankfully, this visual culture is wonderful for someone like me because I can take a picture. And I am a photographer, and that helped me out a lot because otherwise there would be no end to how many objects I have.
So,
But sometimes the way I interpret things that come in my way is a little forced.
how do you mean?
Because as long as I take those as the person is thinking of me, this is comfort, this is just reassuring that I'm a good person, I am wanted, I am loved. That's terrific.
Now, you mentioned,
But I sometimes tend to use, I spent a lot of time in Asia. I have the bad habit of thinking objects come in divination.
well,
Uh,
what you're referring to, okay, when somebody passes, a couple of questions here. Do you ask for something, call it a sign or something,
yes.
a symbol from them? And let's say it's somebody that passed away 10, 20 years ago. Can you still do it now? Does it have to be a recent passing?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Huh?
Yes, yes. But when I do it for other people, it works very well.
Hmm.
Yeah, not just objects, they also give communications, and they can say, well, go find this in the house. Um,
Hmm.
just for proof that they're really talking. But I have had funny things like people tell me, go to this dresser. Tell their loved ones, go to this dresser, open this drawer, you'll find a letter, you will find this. I've had wonderful messages. Um,
Hmm.
but when I specifically ask about decisions I should make, um, and I try to get guidance, I can't, sometimes you need an intermediary. You really need someone trustworthy that would interpret the signs.
I agree
And
with you.
I am not good at, I will admit it, I'm not good at letting go and asking someone else to interpret for me. I'm a good interpreter for others, but I am not so good
Hmm.
at asking my wonderful people in my life to say, I am not good at this. Please, this wonderful sign, help me figure it out.
I'm right there with you. You know, it's and um people give you thoughts that you a different angle. Like example, the first time I ever asked for a sign from my mom, who passed away 6 years ago. I'll make this very short. It was I had things going on, and I was heading to a meeting, and the night before, I'm like, "All right, mom, yeah, can you make it turn out okay? Just like show me a sign, it's going to be okay. It's a big change is coming. Just I need some reassurance." I never had done this before. Next morning, I did it again. I was like, "Please make this okay." I drive to the meeting. It's like 9:22 in the morning. I look down on my console of my car. There's an energy drink there. The expiration date was her birthday. So I was like, and this is one of many that very
That
specific.
is so beautiful.
And everything turned out fantastic. And these are the signs that she does send me. I'm very specific. But here's the thing, to your point, I shared it with someone, and that person's like, "Yeah, I don't know about that. You're going to get a sign like that,
Not
No, no,
nice.
wait. Listen to what they said. They said, "Yeah, it's like a 1 in 365 chance, right? Her date of birth is, the expiration date. A 1 in 365 chance. Yeah, I guess, those odds are there, whatever." But then this skeptical person said, "However, what are the chances that you're looking at the expiration date on a drink in your console when you're driving into a parking lot at that very moment?" And when this person processed it that way, then they were like, "Oh, that's actually pretty cool." But yeah, what are the chances of looking at that moment? It was meant to be. I feel it was meant to
Exactly.
be. Yeah. But
I will tell you quickly something that my mom did when she passed that will jive with that.
please.
Because my mom had a thing. She hated the color pink. She thought it was gross. She thought it was tacky. I liked pink. She made sure she didn't give me anything that was pink. I loved pink. And I was a dancer, and she hated anything that had to do with dancing clothes. After my mom passed, all the flowers I was growing turned pink.
Wow.
I had in my office, I had an office not in the house at that time. I was growing geraniums. Some of them, I couldn't get any of them that were pink. Some of them, and they used to bloom when people came in the office because they loved people. And so sometimes they would just open and bloom while people were there, which was wonderful, but they were either red or white. And after my mom passed, I came back because she passed in Israel. So I came back, and as going in there, they opened in pink. Every single one of them opened in pink. And that was an admission that she was willing to tolerate pink for me.
Hmm.
And by my door here, I have a yellow rose bush that has been pink since. So
Wow.
this is similar to that. She really was willing to do pink for me.
So here's more. There are no coincidences. You just said my mom's name,
Tell me.
Rose.
Yes.
I didn't tell you to talk about flowers. I didn't. Where did that even come from?
No, this is synchronicity.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
this is a blessing upon blessing. Yes, yes, this is,
Our moms are together right now talking.
yes, exactly. They're blessing each other.
Hmm. And
They
I'll
are
bet if I
liking,
thought
yes.
deeper about the yellow or the yellow rose, there probably would be something there, and I haven't really figured it out, but there's something there. I'm feeling that there's something there. Um, I'm trying to remember if my mom liked yellow roses. I'm going back in my memory scanning, but the fact if you mention her name, it's so weird. Yeah, interesting. Well, you know what? I could have just let that go and not even seen that, but I'm gonna take that as a synchronicity. You could have been talking about yellow Lego pieces. You could have been talking about yellow cars. You said you could have been talking about um, yellow carnations. You said rose. There's a reason.
Yes.
There's a reason. Wow.
Well, Jung, what he used to say is synchronicity is the universe tapping you on the shoulder and saying you're on the right path.
Yep. I'm still processing. Hadass, I love talking with you. Nobody is more grounded than you. I don't know anybody on this planet, and I, talked to quite a few people. How do you help people? How can we connect with you?
Well, I will tell you this number, which is really it's my number. It's also my WhatsApp number when I'm not in the country. It's 508-631-7649. And people can just reach out to me and find me. And as they try to intuit their way, just as we try to intuit our way, and if they say, is this a good sign? I can say, yes, it's a good sign. And how do you trust your own messages?
You're amazing. We got to close this out. I'm going to give you one more. I'm thinking about the phone number you just gave. 631. Now it's 508-631-7649. Okay. Just go with me on this. The area code in my area is 631. That's not yours. The number you gave is 508. Here's the thing also. 7649 was one of the numbers where my mom worked.
Wow. That's incredible.
It was 7646, 7648, 7649. And that was also
incredible.
And that was also the business that my mom worked with my aunt. They were the sisters. And you can't make that up. Like I can't make that up. Wow. We got to go. My head is still spinning. Hadass, thank you for today. See the signs.
It was so beautiful seeing
It's so weird. Thank you. And we'll catch up next week, okay?
Yeah, sounds
Appreciate
good.
This is the Global Podcast Network, where executives and professionals connect, share, and inspire. Stay tuned for the conversations that drive success.